G'day everybody, it's Chris Scan, back again for my success tip number 3. Now if you're watching this, then awesome, I'm hoping you're enjoying it. Just put something out there. I'm certainly a believer in doing that, and the law of attraction, so I'm just trying to attract good people, and I enjoy motivating people. So okay, my success tip number 3. What was number 1 and 2? If you haven't watched the video and you've just come on board now, then welcome. Number 1 was getting clarity. A lot of people, nearly everyone knows how to set a goal, but has everyone really been taught how to set a goal that has got so much clarity that you can describe what it feels like, smells like, tastes like, whatever it's something that's involved, but certainly the feelings that are involved in that end goal. So getting clarity on that was the first tip. The second tip was taking action. A lot of people get clarity, they get their goal, they write them down, the old New Year's resolution thing, and they don't take action. So last week I gave you some tips on how to take action and some steps, and writing things down and reading them every day, and the 20-second rule where you put it in front of you so you can't avoid it. The old pebble in the shoe scenario, it's got to be a little bit awkward. And there are things that make you, help you get motivated to take action. So there's heaps of tips there last week, and this week I'm going to do success tip number 3 is about learning as you're going along. So you might go this. So you're taking action. The problem is you get out there and away you go. And if you're not learning as you're going along, if you're not learning from your mistakes, if you're not pausing every now and then and going, is that working, and tweaking, and then you'll just get frustrated, and your action will start dwindling into so painful that you just simply won't do it. So you need to learn from your mistakes, clearly, and you need some motivation. So you need to learn how to motivate yourself. And how do you do all these things? So again, my 20-second rule, it's got to be simple, it's got to be easy, and technology is just phenomenal. Okay, if you're watching this, then clearly you're on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, most people know how to go to YouTube, or because this is a YouTube in the actually anyhow. So a couple of things I use. First one, or actually the first one I'll mention is YouTube, but I'll come back to YouTube. The second one is reading. Now, if you want to be, say, a phenomenally good sportsman, and you've got a good coach or mentor, and I'll talk about coaching mentor next week because that's in tip number 4. We'll talk about that's part of it. So yes, you need a coach, but the coach is not there all the time. So how do you motivate yourself every single day when you don't have a coach, standing beside you? So that's where, as I said in step number 2, taking action, you need to have those bits of paper so they're in places, and you need to read and continue to learn and grow as you're taking action. So believe me, everyone that's been successful has failed, and successful people pretty much measure their success by the amount of failures. Again, history proves no one who's been successful in anything, sport, business, anything, has not failed to a degree or a certain amount of time. So you've got to be able to realize that and learn from that and read. So this is my first point, is you need to be able to read. You need to read stories of other people so you can learn from their mistakes. So you can go, oh shit, I need to do this. I need to do this a little bit better. If it's a business thing, if it's a sport thing, you'll get tips. You'll get motivation from reading. Now, the scenario or the thing I've learned is you need to read. Well, you do. I can encourage you. You don't need to do anything, but I encourage you to read every day. They say 15, 20 minutes. Look, even if you read every day for 10 minutes, even if you just read a chapter, if it's a short book, just get in the habit of reading, and you'll get better at it and you'll like it. And try to read something that's positive to you. So if it's a story about what you're doing, or if it's something that's positive that gives you some tips, not just reading the Women's Weekly or the newspaper, doesn't cut the mustard, all right? So don't put negative shit in your head. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. If you read the newspaper and you read the first few pages and there's not one good story there, then it is pointless. You're going backwards. All right. So read some good stuff. Listen to some things. iPods and there's so many audios now on whatever thing you want to do. You could Google it, find an audio, find a story, and which probably leads back into what I mentioned earlier with YouTube. So I'm a big fan of YouTube, clearly, because there's so much good stuff on. Yes, there's a lot of rubbish too, so don't get into the rubbish. But some good YouTube sites that you can subscribe to. One's called Be Inspired, another one's called Your World Within. So these are really just motivational things. They're not generic to a particular sport or business or anything, but you can pick a 5-minute one or a 10-minute one. You go, look, this is just 5 minutes. I've only got 5 minutes a day. I'll watch one. I'll do something every day. And this goes back to when I said last week about writing these action steps down. Okay, one of your action steps will be I'll watch a 5-minute YouTube every day. And you can't tell me not one single person in the world doesn't have a spare 5 minutes. You might think you have. Some people might think they don't have a spare 5 minutes, but we all do, right? And so there's some good stuff on there. Pick out what your something that relates to your goal. Let's say if it's a sporting thing and you want to be, obviously I love AFL. For those that don't know, well, you do now. And when I was coaching, and when if you want to be a star, then pick out a star who you know, and Google them and see if you can find something YouTube on how they made it, what they do, a bit of a story. You'll always find an interview on a sports star. Watch their interviews. YouTube, you just find and pick out something that's say 5 minutes. That's it. I watched an interview on, Michael Voss. I watched an interview on, Luke Hodge, of course. I would pick that one. But whatever it is, so you have to be able to learn. You have to be able to listen to the feedback. So listen to the feedback, maybe from your body if you're in a physical goal, the feedback from your peers, the feedback from your coach, the feedback from the flack you're getting, the failures that are occurring to you. Listen to that and learn from it. Readjust, tweak, focus, read. So this is whole step 3 to success is about learning from your failures, essentially, learning from your mistakes, tweaking. And how can you do that? You can only do that by reading and learning from other people's and watching stuff. So there's so much good stuff. Let's turn technology into a good avenue for success. Yes, there's lots of rubbish on there. Avoid that. Just subscribe to a couple of these YouTube things or something that is a positive thing that you can look at and go, wow, I'll watch one of them every day. That's going to fire me up to go out there and train harder or work harder at business or whatever you're doing. All right. Step 3 to success is to learn. Okay. 1's get clarity. 2's take action, learn from your mistakes and tweak it. All right. 1 step next week. I'll see you then.